Cameron out of Delaware, New Jersey, 2012 Dodge Ram 2500. Watch for the smoke, folks. That brings us to Jim Line. You're going to notice sitting where you're at. Now you see the line on the track there at the front of his truck. Everybody gets 2 attempts. If they attempt to stop before that line, and if you need any fireworks, White Knight Fireworks out in Danville, that's who's bringing you this class, folks. If you go see them, let them know you heard about them here. Sitting at 355, no Hostetter at 319, so it's got to be 355, 356 to win.
We had a distance for Jesse Young on the south side track of 306.36 feet, and the north side, Corey Brown at a distance of 277.81 feet.
Down the inside. Your next one up is Doug Moyer out of Lefton. Doug's also won this class in the past. Nick Kinnaman looking for 355. Got to be up there 46.9. Nendo, a host setter, is 319, and Jesse Young is 306. That's what I have currently.
Attention in the pit. The hot start class, please make your way to the starting lineup. Hot start class, the starting lineup. And the 3.0 diesel class, 3.0 diesel class, make your way to the starting lineup.
All right, folks, that's it for Cody. That ends our 2.6 Smooth Bore Snyder County points class.
Favorite driver out there, make some noise and cheer them on. Started on the south side of the track. Up first going to be Cody Cameron from Delaware, New Jersey. Driving a 2012 Dodge Ram 2500. To find out about the sled, but that pole was this is a 235.66 feet for Colton,
Like you'll see in our later class.
Attention in the pits, attention in the pits. If you're in the 2.6 class diesel, please make your way to the starting lineup. We're still looking for Jesse Young. Jesse Young, please make your way to the starting lineup.
How about a round of applause for Jim? That wasn't the run he was looking for. That's going to bring us to Colin O'Rourke.
We had a distance of 205.86 feet for Jim Myers, but it sounds like he's going
to be number one here after this. Colin O'Rourke, watch the clutch smoke. You'll see his son out later in the pro class. story on Facebook. Cole Weaver at the Street Gas from Palmyra. Knowing Cole, he might be disappointed that it didn't throw sparks out. Far folks, we're in good shape. If they do, we're going to have something called a pull-off. Yeah. So the reason that was, there's a laser under that gray tent. The sled went past the laser, so they couldn't measure it. This is Doug Boyer.
Going stealth mode down the track.
Nice and smooth. He has experience.
This is the 286.22 feet for Doug Boyer. Cole is our first place winner. On the south side of the track, we're going to be moving into the 3.0 Limited Pro Diesel class.
Bruce Ball out of Manheim, 2003 Chevy.
We have a distance for Bruce Ball of 264.12 feet. Design and machining of custom engine components. They're located on Farmersville Road in Ephrata.
He should be happy with that. That's probably about the best run he's made.
They got a distance of 261.40 feet for Allen. And as you folks, as you know, we get a lot of drivers here coming from all over long distance area. You see them from different states. A well-attended.
All right, folks. W.D. Ferguson out of Elton, Maryland. He does this a lot.
Not a bad run, 273.10 feet.
Folks, you're gonna love it. This is Josh Holbrook out of Montrose, Dodge 3500 Dirty Riddle. Alright, that's it for Josh. We'll get his distance. My guess is they might look at one or two more till they call this sled official.
Close the street gas class, and we'll have the results momentarily.
All right, folks, Clintonville pulling up against all odds out of Kennedyville. Swag if you need something to wear to the next event. Chuck Nutter, the Common Hooker.
Coming up next.
All right, Rich Wolf out of Belvedere, New Jersey. Kind of drives one way. You'll see it here in a second. Leroy Walker. There it is, folks. Give her a round of applause.
Darren, I think we got a minute to get a couple of winners announced here quick. And we got a distance for Leroy Walker, 282.608. Rich Wolf, he was 254.168.
On the tractor side. good. This will happen. I think the Dodge dealer's still open over here. You can probably run over and get one quick. We got 2 more trucks. He stopped. We say thank you to our sponsors. All right, folks, we are ready to go semi-pulling. Who's here to see some semis? Jeremy Easton out of Cordova, Maryland. Peterbilt 377. I believe he came here for a truck show and stayed for the pull. We got the green light for Nelson McCall, 88 Max Superliner. Something's connected quite like it should. Here for a long, long time. Folks, this is one of the best small block trucks anywhere. We want to get him up here where we're standing, and then we'll be pretty comfortable. That's full door box, not about 30. Well, a very special thank you to our sled operators. They're here all night bouncing around up and down the track in the cabs of the sleds. And I gotta tell you, by the end of the night, they're probably pretty sore. Something rides that get here. Go to the left, stop. Nice job, Casey. We did a pull-off tractor on the north side. time, he'll be out here, Paul will be out here, it's a white Ford. It's Tony's old truck. And there was a little bit of trash talking, I think, going on this week from what I was told. So Tony made the trip. Little bit of a grudge match here, folks. He didn't drive more than half hours to lose to his old truck. This is your last semi, Clyde Weaver out of Newmantown. Not last semi total. We do have. First puller, David Zona out of Montrose. He's new to pulling this year, folks. It's not his second hook ever. Used to be a circle track racer. This is the 230.55 receiving. He's a field test engineer for New Holland. If you're a farmer and you run a New Holland piece of hay equipment, especially a baler, Jason probably had a hand in putting it together. Unofficially right now, the distance is 263.79 feet. So they canceled that pool and they all came here. We want to thank them for coming and playing with us at Lebanon. We have a distance for Kyle Harder at 279.69 feet. On the street semi side, we have a new leader with James Huber, a distance at 350. Dakota Grumby out of Lipton. There you go, folks. Give them a round of applause. Hey, we have a distance of 271.88 feet for Dakota Grumby. To the starting lineup. Pro Stock Semis to the starting lineup, please. We have a distance of 217.92 feet for Clyde Weaver. stuff, stop over here and grab a t-shirt or a sweatshirt. Considering he obviously has some hit somewhere, breaking up on it. Not a bad run. On the truck side, this is Mike Barr out of Fort Matilda, 1987 Chevy. Green light, green flag. On the website at peaceoftheeastpulls.com.
one for Jason. This is the 299.
Alright folks, Albert got the green flag. He's gonna spool it up. Alright, semi-pulling. Alright, we'll wait to hear from trackside. Albert didn't quite get it spooled up. On the truck side,
The 292.34 feet. Unofficially, that's fairly good for second place.
There you go, folks.
Charles Taylor from Burnsville. I don't know if we're going to see, this is our third puller there, Darren, and Albert Brown was our first puller. He pulled on the treadmill sled. The sled was set. I don't see him lined up back there, so I don't know if he's planning on coming back or not.
Gary Martin. How about a round of applause for Gary Martin? I'm not sure he got that up there around 300 feet. Nice job with the sled there. And a nice job with the sled here on the
Sled is set on the diesel side, and Sean is keeping his full distance of 276.28 feet. Side here from Montrose, coming back in for his second attempt.
very successful weight loss. All right, Russ, that brings us back to Jason Garrett. He did have shift work trouble. Hardline out of Fleetwood on the Wild Street side.
Here tonight.
All right, Dawson Hostetter, second attempt. This is it. Up next in the Wild Street, usually if you go over the speed limit, then you're DQ'd when you can see it like this. So we'll see. I was at the driver's meeting, they didn't say anything about it. So, I don't know, Matt, if you can hear me, maybe you want to come down here so we get this straight.
Set the cruise control on the tractor. Darren, I just got some information on the speed limit here. It is 8 miles an hour. You can not go over 8 miles an hour. And it's going to be the responsibility of the driver to watch the speed limit, speed monitor, and if they go over speed, they have one opportunity to bring her back down. There is no warning on the sled, so they will will not have a horn to blow. The driver will have to monitor the speed limit sign.
All right, folks.
Get down.
That should be.
On the street diesel side, we got Stephen Roth from Montgomery driving a 2010 Dodge 2500.
There you go, folks. I think he did it before.
I think we might have a new leader over there. He looks like he's up around the 300 mark. Okay, I was just told to set his sled, but I did not get any confirmation if Wilder's keeping the hook or not. Got a distance of 236.24 feet.
Go, folks. That sounded a little more wild streak than some of the others.
I think we got a new leader again.
All right, Tyler made his attempt to stop there. All right, this will be Tyler's official run. That's better. What happened? I think his horsepower switch broke. On the wild street, Tommy Hassler. The potential is there, folks. It's not Tommy's first rodeo. Look at the ground speed.
Attention in the pits, attention in the pits. Todd Young. Todd Young, please make your way to the starting lineup with your street diesel truck.
puts Stoner on his Ford 8000. Got a little bit of cubic inch limit advantage over the 7000 that he pulled earlier. Up next on the farm stock side, this will sound a little different. An Oliver 990 supercharged two-stroke diesel. Run there for Lindell Steiner. I'm sure he'd like All right, Ford fans, here's another shot for you. Todd Young out of Benton. Yeah, there could be, among a lot of other stickers. That didn't sound so good. Test puller on the truck side. Alright, Darren, a little confused there. Who was that on that side? I believe that was your test puller. Had an exhibition for a Tyler Strader, but I don't know which one he's driving. He's next.